People love to be angry about Henry, and I like him. Like, he's complicated.
Great.
Some readers find Henry hard to like because he doesn't necessarily treat Diem the best. He's not like the dreamy shadow daddy that we all know and love.
Yeah, that's the real reason. Let's
yeah,
that's the real
shadow magic. He would
right?
have a whole fan club.
We feel like his character requires the reader to think critically and recognize their own internal prejudices, because what he stands for and what he represents are oppressed people and groups, including those we see in our own day and age. To what extent would you say that that was your intention, or was the narrative developed through drafting and revision process?
100%. That was always his role in the story. I mean, he was, yes, romantically a foil to Luther, but in the sort of larger fantasy plot, he was the voice of the mortals and he represented their fight. He was always intended to be close to Diem throughout much of the story so that he could be that counterpoint. Originally, she and Henry were together like through the end of book 3. He was always the voice of the mortals. For that reason, he's the hardest character for me to write, because I feel the most pressure to get him right. I've learned in time that that's not going to happen because, as you mentioned, how people feel about him is often a reflection of their own internalized maybe biases or feelings that they have towards marginalized groups. And I can't fix that.
Yeah.
I can try, but it's not going to be solved overnight. And all I can kind of do is turn that mirror back around as often as I can in, you know, interviews and panels and things, and say like, okay, maybe this is why you hate him. Or this is why you shouldn't hate him, and hopefully make people stop and think like, oh, crap, she's right. Pretty much everything he says in the books, I agree with. Most of the choices that he makes, not 100% of them, but most of the choices I either think were the right choice for him or are no worse than the choices that Diem made that we praise her for. He's very much a follower. He wants Diem to lead. He wants her to be the one forging the path ahead to save the mortals, and for him to be the man behind her, like cheering her on. He doesn't necessarily want to be the one leading it, but he's pushing her because he knows she can do it. He believes she's capable, and he's nudging her along on that path. He believes in her. He really, truly believes that she can be this force for good. And so when people say, oh, he's being selfish, I'm like, they're fighting for their people. That's inherently
How
unselfish.
selfish is he for wanting to have people live?
Well, and just your description of him, of how much he supports Diem, how much he sees her as a leader and wants her to succeed, like, that's no different than Luther.
Absolutely. They are two sides of the same coin. They're just, one is descended, one is mortal, and that, you know, has affected everything about them.